wires hanging out anymore?
You're good. I'm rolling.
We're here today with Ryan Gill, who is the founder of Cult Collective, also the CEO of Camino. And the reason that we're here to talk is he is the founder of The Gathering.
People tell me how critical this event is for them, and not for reasons that you might think. Sure, deals get done and ideas get born, but that's not what's most important. It's about making connections, not collecting business cards and pitching your next idea. That's not what this event's about.
So, I have a million questions, and
man.
honestly, and
Before we get started, I'm pumped to be here with you, and I've seen you and your team grow and become part of our community and an intimate part of it, and so I'm just thankful that you want me on this little show. So thank you.
Cool, man. Yeah, we're happy to have you here. I'm fired up about The Gathering, honestly.
Yeah.
This is the first year
Me
that we're going, right?
Yeah.
It's the first year that we're going, but I think just the quality of the lineup and the speakers and just the events. We're going to get into that in a minute, but maybe you could just kind of tell me from your perspective, what is The Gathering? What is it all about?
Yeah, it started, so we're in our 6th year, and it started out, I tell this truthful story, it started out, the idea was to be a Trojan horse. When we founded Cult many years ago, those that don't know the story, lots of people don't, I ran a digital agency for 12 years. I got acquired by my now business partner, Chris Nealon. He ran a traditional agency, bought us, and then I lasted about 6 weeks, and then I bought back in. And we said we need to re-engineer advertising agencies, and we named it Cult. So I'm trying to make this long story short. And the idea of Cult was we'd only work with cult brands or those that aspired to be that way. And little did we know I don't know if you can swear on the show, but we were effing ourselves over because we went from having millions of potential clients to really having, for sure, below 1,000 potential clients.
Right.
So that's great because you're uniquely positioned, but it's expensive to fly around the world and meet with Harley Davidson or JTI or different cult brands around the world that people don't even know. And so we said, how do we get them to come to us? And so at first we created an awards show. That's what it started out as 6 years ago, to honor these brands that embodied the true ambassadorship, the true engagement from people that didn't just love or just didn't like the brands and buy from the brands, but love them. And so we wanted to reward them, but sneakily try to sell them when they came.
Right.
And then we got halfway through the first year, didn't even know if people would come. And before the show happened, we said, that's bullshit. That's just wrong. Like, the lineup is so good and these people are so good that we just need to step Cult back from it and treat this for how amazing it can be, to hear these stories. And you know what, when you do that and you put on such a great show with such great content and honor and put on a pedestal, not only the brands, but the people behind them,
Right.
You get what you want later.
How did you get all the people to show up? Like the first year of the awards, you're getting.
Yeah.
Who was some of the names?
It was probably our best year. Like, it's hard to say best, but like first year we had Harley Davidson, we had Vegas, we had I think Saskatchewan Rough Riders, total cult brand. It's hard to remember who all was there. GoPro.
So big enough brands that it was a bit of an ask, right?
Yeah, it was huge. And so what we did was we literally sent them the power of direct mail. Don't underestimate it. We just said, we invite you to this thing. We invited 100 brands to talk to, and then we remember I said it was a Trojan horse to begin with. Well, we backed away from that. We said, let's really build criteria for what we mean the cult brand is, and it's making money. It needs to be relevant today. The people who work for it, the brand, need to love it as much as the customers do. So a lot of brands haven't come through the years that you may think are cult brands, but it's because people hate working there. Right. So they get disqualified. I think they need to be so relevant in social media because that's the medium to connect on now. So we have an 18-point checklist. This 6 years ago this happened, and so we the first year we probably had of the 100 people we invited, 50% of them or more got back to us, really? And we only chose 8. And so out of the gate, it was timing. Yeah. And like people realize, advertising doesn't win anymore. It's different. It's owned media. It's earned media. And the cult brands and the brands that we all love, the brands you love, they don't really advertise, And so I think it landed. Our message landed, and they said, that's cool. It's not another Cannes festival celebrating creativity for creativity's sake. And don't get me wrong, we love creativity. But these brands that we put on the stage at The Gathering are meaningful to culture and meaningful to people. So it's a different beast. And then the stories just, then the first year we had it, and we didn't have a 6-year plan. It was like, we're doing this 1 year, and it went so well that the attendees, basically our friends, family, moms, and whoever we could bribe to come, said, you got to do this again. And I think we had 200 people there that first year, and now we have over 2,000 people 6 years later. It's crazy.